My name's Logan,
I'm Ben.
and today we're going to be talking about March Madness Sweet 16.
Sweet 16 preview. Let's get right into it.
All right, so who you got first?
All right, so first up, I got UConn versus San Diego State. How we feel?
I mean, I think UConn's been the most dominant team in the tournament by far.
Can't
They only
disagree with
got
that.
3 losses. San Diego State's more of a slow-paced team, so San Diego would have to slow down UConn to have it in their favor.
Yeah, I mean, last year San Diego State was based all on defense. I mean, that was like their whole tournament run was based on their stifling defense. They lost UConn in the championship 76-59. I mean, like even that's kind of like I mean, they allowed too many points there. They didn't score a whole lot on offense, so that's probably why they lost. And this year their defense just isn't as good. It's not where they were last year. So I don't think UConn's stopping
Yeah, I agree. It is kind of cool that we do get to see a rematch
rematch.
of the tournament championship last year. But I also feel that on offense, San Diego State's very heavy on Jaden Ledee, and I don't know if he's going to be able to come in clutch because UConn's also been very good defensively this year.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a one man show for San Diego State with Jaden Ledee. So I think the big three of Klingon, Newton, and Caravan for UConn is going to be just too much.
I agree. I also think Stefan Castle might be an X factor in this game. There are certain games this year where he's played very well, and if he gets hot, I think San Diego State's definitely in trouble.
For sure. So yeah, I think this one's a runaway win for UConn.
Yeah, I think UConn by honestly 15 plus.
Yeah, I agree. All right, game 2. We got Iowa State, Illinois.
That one I think is going to be very, very tough game. It's two very contrasting teams. Illinois is very good on offense. Defensively, not so much. And then, Iowa State is the complete opposite, all based on defense. One of the top 10 defensive teams this year, but their offense does lack at times.
For sure. I mean, I have Iowa State winning just by a little bit. I mean, I think just because it's a 2 and 3 seed, it can obviously go either way. But Iowa State's the better team in my opinion. Um, and also Illinois always disappoints me. I pick them in my bracket to go kind of far, and then they always come up short. So I just can't trust them. I mean, like they're not the team to win. I don't think against Iowa State. I just don't think it's them.
I think it's definitely going to be a tough game. I think though Illinois could win this game.
They could.
They could.
Absolutely.
Especially if Shannon gets hot. He's, arguably a top 10 player in college basketball right now and
Yeah.
arguably a top 3 scorer. So I think if he gets hot and he gets his other teammates, open shots and whatnot, I think they could definitely win this game. But,
Keyshawn Gilbert, bro, like you're not stopping the Big 12 most outstanding player. Like it's just not gonna happen.
I don't know. I'm kind of biased. I like Shannon a lot. I like how he plays. But if he's shooting under 50%, if he's shooting low 40s, high 30s, I definitely don't think they have a shot to win this game.
Right.
But if it's a faster paced game, Shannon's hot, the rest of the team gets hot from three, I definitely think Iowa State could lose that because offensively they're not really built for that kind of a run.
Mm-hmm. So you think high scoring game, Illinois takes it?
I think high scoring game, Illinois takes it. If it's more fast paced, if it's more slow paced, I mean, obviously Iowa State's the much better defensive team, and I think defensively they would dominate and they'd win the game
for sure.
So it's kind of just depends on how the story goes to start out the game.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're in agreement for the most part here, but I think we'll say the same here with Game 3, North Carolina versus Alabama.
It's got to be North Carolina all the way. Alabama just has zero defense. They're all offense. And the thing about North Carolina is they are tough on defense. Bacot is really tough. In that Michigan State game, he had like 3 blocks in like 3 minutes. I mean, all they need is Davis to get hot, Bacot to dominate in the paint, and their defense will do the rest of the job.
And I might add here, a lot of depth on both these teams, a lot of seniors. I was looking at the roster. A lot of these players are seniors, especially in North Carolina. Alabama has a lot too, but I mean, RJ Davis, you're talking about, like a lot of these guys have so much experience in North Carolina. I feel like all these guys are like this is their last year. They want to win. They want to win it all. They want to like just just go for the tournament win. And Alabama, I don't think they have the firepower to just get it. I mean, like as a 4 seed, I don't trust the SEC in general. Usually in the tournament, it's just one of those conferences that just never really like does a whole lot. But North Carolina, they're experienced, seasoned team, like playoff perennials. They're always there, you know.
Yeah, I mean, Sears is great for Alabama, but when you look at the scoring column for the rest of the team, it's in between, 9 and 10 as the next leading scorer, maybe 11 or 12. And I just don't see that being good enough. On North Carolina, you have multiple different options. Like Harrison Ingram last game, 17 points. He really came on. I think on North Carolina, you got a bunch of guys that can just get going and make the difference in the game.
Yeah, anybody can just pop off. Yeah. All right, we'll move on to Arizona versus Clemson. I mean, this bracket's looking pretty chalk for the most part right now. Who do you have for this? I have Arizona.
I think this is 50-50.
50-50.
I'm not going to lie.
I was debating. I was on the fence about this one for sure.
I think Arizona is a little bit overrated.
They usually come to the tournament.
Caleb Love is pretty good. I like him a lot. He's obviously their leading guy. Also, they got size with Ballo in the paint.
For sure.
But
Clemson.
Yeah, Clemson's got they got PJ Hall, and he also can score from outside, which is going to make a tough defensive task for Ballo. Not a great perimeter defender. So honestly, Clemson's
Diallo for UCF, man. That guy can't.
Yeah, no, he can't. Yeah, no, he can't do anything. But yeah, honestly, Clemson's really hot from three in some of their games as well. So if Clemson gets going, shooting wise, I think it's Clemson.
They had a good shooting game like their past 2 games. So.
Yeah, and honestly,
I thought they were going to be a first-round exit, to be honest.
Yeah, they were counted out. They were not favorites since round 1, and they destroyed New Mexico. They beat Baylor by a convincing amount.
Yeah,
I think that Arizona
pretty far.
Yeah,
I thought Baylor.
I thought Baylor was going to win that game too, but it just shows you, man. Like Clemson, they're a serious team, and I think that they could definitely beat Arizona here.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm going to go with the upset. I think Clemson's going to win this game.
Clemson's going to take
Clemson's
it?
Gonna
That's
win
not
this
a
game.
bad take. I like it.
There's got to be an upset. I'm going to take Clemson.
But moving on, we have Houston and Duke. This is my upset.
Yeah, I like Duke a lot as well.
Jared McCain, he doesn't look 2 days into college. He looks like a veteran right here, man.
Yeah, I've seen his TikToks and all that. But
he's a character. I love the storyline with him. I mean, like, seems like a funny ass dude. I mean,
he is. He is a funny guy. And not only do they have him, they have Jeremy Roach, they have Proctor, they have Filipowski. They have plenty of options in that starting lineup to get going.
Arguably one of the deepest rosters in.
Yeah, it's a very, very good
all
team.
All those guys can score and facilitate. So,
but Houston is a 1 seed for a reason.
Yeah,
they're the top team defensively. In the league.
I think they got exposed a little bit though. Their defense kind of got exposed, especially in the Big 12 tournament.
A little bit, and in the last game, it was 195.
They did have guys foul out.
They did. But Texas A&M is a very good scoring team, so you got to keep that in mind. They had multiple guys who are very, very good. I honestly thought Texas A&M was going to win that game just from the contrast and how they play.
Dude,
but
when they hit that last second shot, I thought it was like destiny that they were going to.
Yeah. I mean that was a pretty cool shot to watch, for sure. But Duke had a really good game last game. Blew James Madison out.
Yeah.
And then the game before that, they kind of struggled a little bit for Vermont. They struggled They haven't
had a real test in the tournament yet.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Seeds,
that's what I'm trying to say. I mean, Vermont was a test for about, I would say, 30 to 35 minutes. That was a struggle.
That is true. That's one thing that makes me nervous. I feel like it's like Houston obviously is going to be favored. Like they're the team that everyone thinks is going to win.
Mm-hmm.
And just because what scares me is like I thought Houston was going to lose last game, but they had a bunch of players foul out. If those players stay in the game, then they would win that handedly. Like
and their 3-point shooter Sharp also went for 30. So kind of like McCain, he was there scoring, which nobody really talked about that. Everybody was talking about McCain, and I just don't know. Duke. I feel like Duke blowing out James Madison was like not good for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not as good as like it's just kind of it's not really a statement win. It's just like it should have been like that.
Yeah. So honestly, I would like Duke to win because I do want to see an upset there, but it's another 50-50 game.
Yeah,
I
it'll
mean,
go either way
Houston could easily dominate on
for
defense. The
sure.
3-point shooting could be locked up. But Houston, like Iowa State, they're really good defensively, but they do struggle on offense sometimes. And
Yeah.
if they're struggling on offense and Duke is hot,
It is gonna be like the Illinois Iowa State game. It could go either way. It's just a matter of who's hot. So
yeah.
I got Duke. Who do you have like last final lock it in?
I'll go Duke. I'll go
Duke.
Duke on
All
that
right,
one. Yeah.
let's go. All right, Marquette, NC State.
This is a very fascinating game.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I mean, Marquette looks like the better team, obviously, just because like their offense is on point.
Mm-hmm.
But NC State, man, they're a fun team to watch.
They are.
They got TJ Burns. He's a menace, man.
Yeah,
like, he just plays bully ball, man.
He is a class act, man. I definitely
sure.
like him. They got DJ Horn as well. Middlebrook's really good on defense, but it's Marquette. They're a 2 seed. They have been exposed a couple times this season. They did get blown out by UConn.
Yeah, I mean that's fair though.
Yeah,
UConn's the best team.
That's true.
In college basketball.
Yeah.
So.
And honestly, I've been watching the Marquette games. Cam Jones has been electric, making it from God knows where.
Oh yeah,
circus shots.
Looks like Jack Golke.
Yeah, I mean,
right there.
Kolek's been really good. Feeding the ball. I think Marquette in this one. I don't think it's going to be close.
You don't think it's going to be close?
I think they win by 10 plus. I'm not going to lie.
I'm going with the fun pick. I got NC State.
NC State.
Give me NC
The fact
State.
that Oakland was in there for so long, though, in that game. I mean, Oakland, they didn't look bad. They didn't look like a bad team, but NC State did let the center on Oakland go for 30. So I don't see them.
Doesn't bode well.
Yeah, I see them getting exposed here. I think their run ends here,
I get it. I do. I understand.
Yeah. The only reason they got into the tournament is because they won the ACC championship. So,
I don't know. I was riding the hot hand, man. I mean, obviously Marquette's hot too, obviously, but NC State, man, I love it.
Yeah, I mean, this is the hottest Marquette's going to get. I'm not going to lie. Like, they're looking pretty good. So.
Yeah, true. All right. Well, we got 2 more left. We got Purdue Gonzaga.
Purdue Gonzaga. I was really doubting Purdue starting this tournament.
I was too, for sure.
Grambling State was in that game for, I would say, about 25 minutes. And I was like, for sure, Utah State.
They're in it for too long.
Yeah, I was like, for sure, Utah State is going to put up a close game. Personally, I'm a TCU fan, so I was hoping TCU got that chance.
Yeah.
And, it was really close for a little bit. And then all of a sudden, Purdue just came out and won by like 40 points.
It's just a Zach Edey show.
I know it is, but it's really hard to tell what kind of team Purdue actually is, because whenever you doubt them, they destroy a team, and whenever you are like, okay, Purdue's actually pretty good, they get beat.
Disappoint you.
So
exactly.
Honestly, this is going to be, I think, a pretty close game. I think Gonzaga looked really good against Kansas. They got a lot of guys contributing. Nemhard's getting the ball out. I mean, he had like 10 plus assists. He's doing really good. They got Watson. They got a lot of contributors, and I just don't know if Purdue's going to be able to hold that down.
Really? You think Purdue's going down?
I do.
I mean, Zach Edey, he's the most boring guy in college basketball. I mean, like, you hear him talk and you want to fall asleep, but boy, can that guy hoop.
That is true.
God damn.
He was gifted.
He's electric.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I got Purdue.
Purdue?
I can't count them out, man. They've looked too good.
Yeah, I mean, Edey. The thing about Edey is he's definitely better than last year. You can tell that he's got a stronger. He's got more technique when he's at the rim. Because I'm not gonna lie, last tournament against the 16 seed, he got bullied.
Yeah,
there was a lot of turnovers, a lot of missed layups. He's definitely gotten better, but the thing is, when you only got one guy contributing, that eventually comes to an end, and I think that's is it tomorrow or is it Friday that they play?
I think it's
Friday. I think that comes to an end on Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, Gonzaga, they've obviously been in the tournament like all the time.
Very well coached team as well.
Yeah, well coached team. If they can come up with a scheme to beat Zach Edey, then they're gonna win the game. So
yeah, I mean, a lot of people had the upset of McNeese State over Gonzaga to start the tournament.
I didn't like that. I mean, obviously it didn't pan out.
They almost doubled their score.
Yeah.
So I mean, and then against Kansas, I mean, they won by 20. I mean,
Yeah.
they're a very
They look good. I don't think Kansas is that great.
yeah,
I mean,
after they lost
obviously hurt
McCullough.
too.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
Dickinson was in a
Gonzaga,
sling the whole game.
Dickinson, yeah, that's true. I think Gonzaga, this is one of the not as good teams they've had recently, one of the worst seeds they've ever had.
Yeah.
I just think they got a chip on their shoulder, man, and I think they're out there to prove something. I think I think this is a special Gonzaga team, and I think they're going to the Elite Eight. I just do.
All right. So we definitely got some differences in opinion here.
Yeah, for sure.
We got some different picks. We'll see how those pan out. But for the last one, Tennessee versus Creighton.
This is a tough game.
This is rough, man.
This is a tough game. I'll let you go first this time. What are you thinking?
My gut wants me to pick Tennessee. Obviously, they've looked good. Like, they haven't had like crazy tests, but obviously they blew out St. Peter's, blew out Texas for the most part.
What?
I mean,
that was actually a pretty close game.
For a little bit, it was, but
yeah.
Towards the end of the game, they ran away with it. So, honestly, going into the tournament, I thought Tennessee was a little fraudulent. I mean, obviously they had a good record, but I just didn't totally believe in them as much as like everyone else did. I think they were one of the weakest. I thought they were the weakest 2 seed. But and Creighton I was super high on. But that close game against Oregon had me sweating a little bit. Obviously Creighton's good, but man, that was a close game. I think Oregon's very underrated though. So for this game, I do have Creighton now.
Creighton, okay. Yeah, I think Tennessee, they're kind of relying on a very top heavy team. I don't think the bench is super fantastic. Yeah. I do think that there were a couple games this year that they got beat pretty badly, and they definitely should have won those games. For example, when they played Mississippi State, I mean, in the not ACC, the SEC tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, they got trounced in that game, and they were a very good defensive team, but it's like those other teams, man. Sometimes the offense just isn't there.
Yeah.
And especially if you're trying to get it from only a few guys. I think Creighton is a very versatile team. They got a lot of guys who can contribute. I think Oregon's a damn good team. Personally, I think they were really hot there in the tournament. With Kuznard and
Kuzi
and then. So,
dude, we were watching that game. It got
it was. I mean,
Kuznard
was very good in that game. And then obviously Oregon's got a very good center in Dante. So, I think I got to go Creighton as well. The 3-point shooting is electric. They got 3 different guys who score 17 plus.
Yeah.
I mean, they got Alexander. And then I honestly can't even pronounce the other 2 guys' names.
Kalkbrenner
and Shearman, yeah. So they also, they're always in it. They're always in the tournament.
Oh, yeah.
They always have good coaching. And Tennessee's in and out. They're in and out. And I just think
the whole Tennessee athletic program exists to just disappoint their fans.
Exactly. Same thing with football, man. They're always supposed to be there, and then they lose to some trash teams.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to go Creighton as well. I got to go Creighton as well.
All right. So that will be the extent of our picks. To wrap it up, overall, I mean, we could be totally wrong, or we could have 100% accuracy here. I mean, it could go either way. A lot of these games are.
It really could, yeah.
I mean, there's obviously going to be some upsets. I'm not gonna go chalk. I'm not that kind of guy. I got to go with some upsets. I got to pick who I want to win and my gut feeling. So I'm pretty happy about my picks. I don't know about you. But,
I feel pretty good. I had 3 upsets in there though. That's quite a bit. But there wasn't really many upsets last round, and I think times change. And I think there's definitely going to be more upsets Thursday and Friday night.
All right. Well, that'll be it. We'll wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you. You guys have a great one.
See you in the next one.